Assalamu alaikum. Looking at the Underground Railroad television show, and we're gonna talk about Israel for a minute. We're gonna talk about Donald Trump, okay, and Joe Biden, and Sanctuary City. Hey, brother, assalamu alaikum, and brothers, please make an introduction of yourself, my brother.
Hello, my name is Lonnie Lewis, and ex-European professional basketball player that got my
Look at the camera.
education and everything in Europe, as far as geopolitical stuff like that, etc.
Okay, we're gonna kick it around, and brother, we're gonna be talking about this is wait a minute, this is the XYZ factor, meaning we could talk about anything. It's like mixed nuts, not that we're nuts. But let me ask you something, man. Like in Palestine, what is going on in Palestine, in your opinion, and who is right and who is wrong? I know we could last a whole half an hour, but this is only a half an hour show now.
My opinion is, first of all, the partition of Palestine, which was wrongfully partitioned, and that's why the Palestinians rejected it, because most of the land was being given to the Israelis, and the most arable land, the land, for farming, et cetera, it was a sham. Mm-hmm. Normally.
Okay.
Yeah, when you look at it, you would say, okay, two peoples with a distinct history from the same country, should be able, to exist peacefully. If not,
should they?
You know what I mean? But that wasn't the idea of the Zionists who design was to take Israel. They have a map. Netanyahu had a map with a green area, the map of the Middle East called the New Middle East. Mm-hmm. On the map, you had Israel, and then you didn't have Gaza, or you didn't have the West Bank on it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so that they trying to go back to the biblical thing when King David was ruling, which was the kingdom of Israel. Mm-hmm. Okay, which when they had all that area, et cetera, certain different places, whatever. That's over. You can't go back to that. Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what, to my audience, I got to apologize. You know what? Damn it, because charity starts at home. Damn it, why did I do that? The first thing I should have talked about is Sanctuary City. Okay. Sanctuary City. What is Sanctuary? You know what? I keep on hearing this. What is? I got to follow up. Sanctuary City. I got to follow up.
Well, it's they were created in Los Angeles, Chicago, and different other cities.
New York and California.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Because of the immigration crisis, which could have been regulated 30, 40 years ago. Mm-hmm. Just to a situation, you got people that they're America for certain people, Africa, Europe, mm-hmm. or poor countries in Europe, especially Eastern Europe, Moldova, and different countries like that, and Central and South America, Asia, certain mm-hmm. countries. America's the promised land. Mm-hmm. Everybody wanna come here.
Open arms, Statue of Liberty. I get it. Go ahead.
But what they don't tell you, Arizona, Texas, certain parts of Mississippi, all the way up to Washington, mm-hmm. California, mm-hmm. used to be part of Mexico.
Ooh.
Okay.
Y'all hear that?
We got the Alamo when the
David
Texans
Crockett
came. Yeah, when them boys
David
came
Crockett.
to Texas, Texas was Mexican.
Yes, sir.
Texas, California, Arizona, New Mexico, what is now New Mexico, mm-hmm. all of this was Mexico.
Mm-hmm. But you know what now? Do you blame a person from fleeing Mexico, Central America, in the other hemisphere? Do you blame them when they're trying to leave governments that are corrupted, and some of those areas the drug cartels control that area, do you blame them?
No, you cannot blame them, but when you want to put the blame on somebody, you got to put the blame on America. America got a drug consummation problem. Mexico and other parts of the world supply the demand.
Somebody said he's going to make America great again. You don't have to worry about that, but go ahead, brother.
Make America great again, and I ask the question: when did America stop being great? You see, when did America stop being great?
Yeah,
it hasn't. We've been ran by different politicians to cater to different organizations and different schisms, etc., that have basically destroyed this country.
Absolutely. But let me ask you something. Now, I'm dumbfounded. Okay. Chicago and New York and California, y'all hit it, are sanctuary cities. Meaning you could come, get a license, you can come, but they're complaining, we don't want any more. How can you say that and impound a bus that you don't want any more people, but you're still classified as a sanctuary city? That's an oxymoron. It doesn't make any sense to me. But you're gonna give me clarity, though.
Well, when you look at the situation, okay, sanctuary city means people in distress or whatever, etc. Okay, and when a lot of them come over here, they are in distress or whatever in their own countries.
Yeah.
Okay, but you got to look at how, you know what I mean. We got to go back. How did that happen? When did it happen? You got some of these gangs, the M13, etc.
MS-13.
Yeah, MS-13. These gangs were formed here, and they took them back to their countries.
Not asking you, what I'm really asking you is, how can you complain that you do not want any people
when you're
to come in and impound buses in Chicago, but yet you classify yourself as a sanctuary city? I'm asking, explain it to me.
It's a dual situation. Okay, you're a sanctuary city, but now your people are complaining in the sanctuary city is because California, Texas and Florida are busing people to New York. They busing people to Washington in front of Kamala Harris's house and all that. The federal government, what is the federal government doing with the situation? Why?
Yeah, but if you classify yourself as a sanctuary city, you should. That's like me. Should I open up my house and say everybody is invited and it's flooded? What do I have to complain about if I'm a sanctuary city? I'm asking
the politicians. The politicians don't have to complain. The people have to complain, and the reason that the people are complaining, you got people here, Americans, black, white, whatever. You got Americans here, some Hispanic origin. You got Americans here, living here in poverty, and you have people coming in, poor, or et cetera, whatever, but $9,000 to get an apartment, rent, blah, 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 blah. Things are being, the waiting line for people in line for Section 8 and this and that has been expedited for them.
But wait a minute. Now you just said that you understood them coming in from Mexico.
I understand. I understand them coming in.
Okay.
But the problem is, people. Not me. I'm not angry at them. I don't have nothing against them. But you got people here not doing as well as us. We ain't doing that great. But you got people not doing as well as us that are saying, wait a minute. Hey, man, I've been here 5 years trying to get an apartment, blah this and blah that. And Jesus comes here and his family, this and that. And not denigrating Jesus or whatever. That's not the problem. It is a government problem, first and foremost. The government is not doing its job.
Now, I get that.
And secondly, the city, by saying they're a sanctuary city, they weren't prepared for the influx.
Now, I got to ask you this. Why is it when people of Polish descent and Ukrainian descent were coming in, they got communities where people are not documented, okay? Why there was no complaint then? I'm asking.
Well,
and the Romanians, all due respect to all these Mask.
It's you got to look at Chicago is the capital of the Polish people in America.
Okay.
Okay, so most of them come from Krakow, the city where they got the Black Virgin ceremony they have every year. Virgin Mary. I've been to Poland. I've been to Warsaw. I've been to different other countries.
I'm trying to understand why there was no outcry then.
It's not an outcry because you're the right color.
Wow.
And that's what you got to deal with. That's when you look at the Palestinian situation, when you look at the situation in Somalia right now, where we got warring factions. When you look in the situation, you take 2014 when the United States, Britain, and Saudi Arabia started bombing Yemen.
Yeah.
You had Yemeni Americans that were there visiting their families. Did you know the American government didn't get them out? Russia flew in 3-4 planes to get these people out.
Well, Donald Trump bought in his former president.
No, this is 2014 when the first thing started with Yemen.
Bought in his wife's family, but there was no outcry. But I get it.
Right.
I get it.
Right. Well, I mean, when you look at it, man, it's like an onion. The more you peel it, the more you're going to cry.
Oh, man, these sanctuary, I understand, and you know what?
The concept, you understand the concept, but the actuality, what's really going on right now with when you get an influx of people, it's like you're doing a job, and all of a sudden you feeling something, and all of a sudden the tube break and everything just, and you trying to get it together. You know what I mean? You're trying to fix a situation that's still working. Now you're looking at, wait a minute, I can't do this, and that's what's happening here with the government in Chicago. You got a major influx of people coming in from Texas and
Mayor
Florida.
Brandon
and
of Chicago.
he's trying, but at the same time, he ain't really in control.
I agree.
So,
I mean, they built, they was trying to build tent city for them, and they found out the land was contaminated. I believe that they knew that already, and you know what? They said, Joe, we're gonna look out for you since you gave us a contribution. And they said, oh, the land is contaminated, and it was that's my opinion.
It's like going east back in '79. Remember they was going to build a shopping center, housing complex, a low-income mixed family. They couldn't do it because that was USS Steel, and it's still contaminated.
Brother, they got plans for that. Can I tell you something? Former Alderman Jones said they're going to eventually put a casino there. Eventually. See, I think I know something, but the thing is, you mentioned the Trilateral Commission. They plan 20 years in advance. I don't know nothing. Okay, but there's a presidential race that is going on, man. It appears that in 2024, and you know what, you can use this for your case history later on. Look at what we was doing in 2024. Who do you believe? Who do you believe is the best choice for America? Joe Biden, who is losing his faculties. Another man that is just outrageous, Donald Trump. He's controversial. Kind of hope you wait, because you know what? He gonna give me news for 4 years if I live. But go ahead.
Well,
Who do you think?
I'm not a Trump fan personally, and it's got nothing to do with, he got his little brash character, but at the same time, this is the worst situation America's been in 4 years since a long time.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, come on, the respect. I got friends in Europe. I got friends in Eastern Europe. I got friends in the Middle East. We talk.
Yeah.
They like Lonnie. Ooh.
China and Russia's laughing, right?
What y'all gonna do? What are you gonna do? I mean, come on. You look at the situation in Ukraine. You got Americans here starving. Okay, you won't do a stimulus program, et cetera, the COVID, et cetera. You got a lot of things going on in this country. Now, Donald Trump, whether I like him or not, Donald Trump said America first. Every other country, America first, or every other country, their country first. You see what I'm saying? Except you got a man here that is doing so many different things in so many different spheres in so many different places. He don't even know who he is. And so how can you run a country in that state of mind? I mean, it'll anger Democrats, but
well, the Democrats,
you
don't know the Democrats have a tendency to take the black vote for granted.
And they've been doing that. They've been doing that since the '60s when we flipped over to being Democrats. Because remember the South. The South used to be the Dixiecrats, the Democrats, the racist Democrats that ran the South. When Franklin Delano Roosevelt passed the New Deal and unemployment compensation, they had to exclude, because he's bickering back and forth. He was Republican with the Dixiecrats, with the Democrats in the South, about who should and should not receive unemployment compensation. In order to get the bill passed, they had to exclude two types of worker.
I'm listening.
Agricultural workers and domestic helpers. The majority were who? Indian, black, Hispanic. So these people couldn't get unemployment compensation in order to get that bill passed. And these were the Democrats in the South that ran the South that did that. So you tell me, when you look at when you look at the history of this country and the wrongdoing in this country, and the person like me, they hate, but I try to speak, truth to power, but respectfully, God got my back. I don't worry about nothing else.
Wow. Yes.
Nothing else, because I'm at the age right now is where you see so much wrong, you see so much evil in the world, you see so much stuff that can be, eliminated, but you let it go on, you let it continue. And here you getting back to the presidency of the United States, one of the most quote unquote most powerful positions in the world. Okay, the world used to look up to America, as a lighthouse, as a safe haven, as a place of justice, equality, et cetera, not anymore. Not looking at the last 30, 40, 50, 60 years of American history and what it's been doing around the world of different peoples that they've been hiding for us. And so therefore, when an American travels somewhere and get bumped off, what happened to him? What did we do to these countries where this man got hurt?
I gotta ask you, ask you something about economics. Okay. Let's say, for example, man, I pass you this. And you know what? The budget deficit, okay? You owe me $5 and you say, you know what, man, give me 5 more. You give me 5 more.
I like you.
Okay. So, and I keep on printing up more money. Doesn't that devalue? You're not able to ever pay me back of that budget deficit. But you keep on asking me, hey man, lend me $5 more.
And you keep printing.
But you got a budget deficit. You owe me money. And the government of the United States is just passing out. So doesn't this devalue the dollar? How can you pay me back? Which I want my money back. But I'm saying, how can you pay me back?
You can't pay you back. What you are, you're in a perpetual cycle of debt. That's what you are. You owe China trillions. You owe Japan a little bit of money.
So the United States goes over the limit and they keep on borrowing money like you was doing, saying we're gonna pay the debt back and we'll never be able to pay the debt back. What's going on? Explain it to me, brother. I don't get it.
1972, when Nixon took us off the gold standard, the dollar was backed by gold.
Yes.
Okay. So once we got off the gold standard, then what commodity are you using to prop up your fiat currency, your paper currency?
What does fiat mean? What does fiat mean?
Fiat, in layman terms, when you're talking about the finances and we talk about paper money, okay, money that's created by us to
the Federal Reserve.
Extra. There you go, which is not owned by America. No. So that's fiat currency. Yeah, they paying pennies on a dollar.
So in other words, you telling me all that money that I lent you, I'll never get it back anyway, because damn it, you gonna ask me for another loan anyway.
Well,
That's what the government.
You will get it back. I might send you commodities. I might give you a little bit back. I might, we'll make arrangements. You might need military equipment.
I kind of think, you know what I kind of think? I kind of think I might not get it back from you, but I get it from your grandchildren.
Oh yeah.
This is what's going on by them raising up the debt ceiling. Yeah. If I'm wrong, correct me.
No, you're right. You're right. Because I'm not an economist. I just follow, what's going on. And when I look at the situation in the world, I look at different currencies around the world. I check out the value, the forex market, which is the monetary market, for fiat currency and stuff like that. I check that out. I check out the American debt ceiling. I just look at a lot of different things to see where we at.
We got 5 minutes. Is BRIC, which they're going to have money that will be backed by gold, a threat to the American way of in the Federal Reserve?
BRICS is not a threat to anything. See, BRICS, they're fearful of BRICS. The reason they're fearful of BRICS because...
What is BRICS?
BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, South Africa, China, South Africa.
And their money is backed by gold.
Their money is backed by Africa got the reserves. Africa's money is going to be backed by the mineral and natural resources. Okay, China got gold, Russia got gold, they got oil. So their economy, the dollar, whatever the BRICS, whatever's going to be backed by GNP, gross national product.
They try to trick them to say, we're going to make a currency that's digital. I'm talking about in the USA. It ain't backed by nothing.
No.
What? The American people hey man, my days are almost over in the dunya. So, but our grandkids, the money that I gave you, I will never get it back from you. The money that the United States borrows from the Federal Reserve, never get it back. Our grandkids will end up paying for that. Your grandkids will end up paying for it. So you get all the money you want from me, right?
Right.
But you know what, man? We wind it down, and you know what, man? I've been asking you all. We got 4 minutes. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. Okay. I've been asking you a series of questions, and I always think that it's appropriate to give my guests sometimes because there may have been something that you wanted to say, and I didn't give you the opportunity to say. Message you want to send out?
Well, the message is this: we live in a vast, ever-changing world, and the American idealism. See, America is ran by two different things: American exceptionalism. And what's the other one? When they had the Monroe Doctrine and all of that, and so American exceptionalism is number one, and the other thing that quote unquote America's great, this and that, okay, and so this perception has been instilled into people and governments, et cetera, but even with exceptionalism, when you are rare or different occurrences that made you quote unquote great, you still have to respect and love people. And when you got people in power that don't love and respect the people that they are ruling, then you have a conflict of interest within yourself and within the people that you govern. And then you got a conflict worldwide. You keep creating conflicts. And because if you got a military economy or military industrial complexes controlling your economy, you think about a military economy. This economy is geared for military warfare. The military industrial complexes, Raytheon and different other corporations in America worldwide, seeing their stocks shoot up to 600 to 1,000% in the last 3-4 years. So look where we headed. And my message is get back to basics, get back to the natural way of things, and maybe we can save this country because we headed into a tailspin. I kind of think this,
I got 2 minutes. Oh, I get the last 2 minutes.
Yes, sir.
You know, I want to thank you for coming on the Underground Railroad. This one, I think I may be able to put on YouTube. I'm just going to have to say, you have to take out. You have to be white. I'm talking about it not be noticed in Sanctuary City. But we come on every Saturday night at 10:30, and you know what? It's intriguing. Like I said, I think Dahlia, I think Michael, okay, I think Brian, Zazelle, okay, and damn, I'm forgetting his name. Alan, okay, because you know what? Without these people, I cannot do this by myself. But first of all, I give all praises due to Allah. You know what? You might be looking at this during Ramadan or after Ramadan. But you know what? This is what was going on in 2024. And you're looking at this in the future. You can see what we were going to, what we would do. And you can use this perhaps for case study. Okay? People that go to college, they know what that means. So okay, you can use this broadcast. Okay? And to my great-great-grandchildren, this is what your grandfather was doing. Any message for your grandchildren? Great.
Because I happen to have known someone who was in the NSA.
Okay.
All right? And they don't know what they know now. I've been in their building with him. Did you see it?
Yes, sir.
And they
Some people don't know what NSA is.
the National Security Administration. And when I walked up in there and seen something like that before in my whole life.
Wow.
They got video screens. I mean, from here to 35th Street.
Those street cameras, right?
Those are the screens like you watch on a computer.
Right.
All right. They got a room where they listen to conversations all around the country. All right. That's why I can say what I say.
Scary.
But they let me go because he was an important person, and they figured if he was pregnant, it was all right. All right. They made a mistake, but I never forgot that.
Well, wait a minute on.
Wow.